Now that we've defined phonemic awareness, let's move on to understanding phonics. Reading Rockets explains that phonics instruction teaches the relationships between the letters of written language and the sounds of spoken language. The goal of phonics instruction is to help children learn the alphabetic principle. The idea is that letters represent the sounds of spoken language, and that there is an organized, logical, and predictable relationship between written letters and the spoken sounds. Decoding is when we use letter-sound relationships to translate a printed word into speech. It's sometimes called sounding out a printed word. To read, children need to understand that letters represent sounds. Phonics provides the rules for our language. I explain to students that language has rules, just like sports and games have rules. So systematic phonics offers a framework for the instruction of the rules of our language. Each language has a unique set of rules. Phonics can seem daunting for parents because adults often need to learn the rules. We don't always understand why we do something, we just know how to read and write. Reading curriculum explains the rules of language and provide a framework, which is a tool for instruction. So as parent educators, you will use the curriculum to teach phonics. Here are some activities to support this instruction and connect phonics to the phonemic awareness they have previously learned. Let's take the beginning, middle, and end sound activity discussed. With phonemic awareness, we asked students to identify what they had heard. When we focus on phonics, we ask them to attach a symbol to the sounds. The symbols are the letters that represent the sounds. An excellent way to start this is to have them use the blocks to show the sounds in cat, and then to write the letters in boxes that go along with the sounds. If students struggle to recall the letters that go with the sounds, you can put out letter tiles or use magnetic letters. I only put out a few letter tiles when students struggle with this skill, so it's not overwhelming. These, of course, would be the sounds in the word that we are trying to get them to map using the boxes. The mapping with boxes is helpful because once students understand that one block represents one sound, we can now transfer that skill into one letter symbol related to that sound in each box. Since numerous phonics rules are contained within English, sometimes it can feel overwhelming. As a reading specialist, I often use cue cards to place on the table for the rule my student is struggling with. These cards provide a reference so students can find the information they need without me constantly telling them. You can make a card for any rule a student struggles with. I keep them in an index card box to have them handy when a student struggles with a certain concept. These activities reinforce language rules and strengthen the alphabetic principle to build decoding skills.